Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Jeff. Thank you for checking out my channel, Films at Home. Here on this channel, if you're not familiar with it, we do a lot of 4K Blu-ray reviews, movie collection updates, some giveaways, just anything to do with movies and collecting Blu-ray and 4K media. I'm going to try to cover here, so if you're interested in that sort of thing and you're new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button. I think you'll like what you find. So something really cool about today's video is that we actually have a giveaway to do. I'm working on a giveaway with another YouTube channel, Movie Wizard. My buddy over there, he does Blu-ray hunting videos, goes into stores, checks out new releases, does reviews, does collection updates, a lot of the same stuff that I do within that Blu-ray 4K collecting community. And he actually got a copy of A Quiet Place STEELBOOK at Best Buy this week, and he's giving it away with me on our channels. And so link's going to be down in the description to his channel and his Instagram page, as well as my Instagram page and obviously my channel. The rules are pretty simple. You need to subscribe to both of us on YouTube, follow both of us on Instagram, and then just leave a comment on my video or his video with your favorite horror movie from the last 5 years. We'll go through the comments on each of our videos, randomly pick one winner, and then we'll announce them on the Instagram page. So if you're interested in winning a really cool STEELBOOK, especially a kind of rare one from Best Buy, one that's definitely hard to get, this is a great opportunity. I'm really excited to work with Movie Wizard on this, and I'm just glad to give something away to you guys for watching this video. So again, rules will be down in the description. Pretty simple stuff, but if you want to win a free STEELBOOK, this is a great opportunity. Today's 4K review, we're going to be talking about Ready Player One, Steven Spielberg's latest 80s nostalgia-filled action movie based on a book. There's a lot to talk about in this 4K release because, as you may or may not know, there's some live action elements, but then there's also a ton of CGI, CGI only elements in the movie when they go into the Oasis. So that's sort of interesting to kind of look at how that live action footage versus the CGI footage kind of plays out in 4K. We'll talk a little bit about the audio, some of the special features here, and other things about the packaging that I hate, like this. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Let's play the intro and get started. In terms of the visuals, you're dealing with 35mm film for the live action, and then you're dealing with basically 2K rendered CGI for all of the Oasis scenes. It is a 2K digital intermediate, so everything that was shot in live action was shot in 35mm. That was then downsampled to a 2K digital intermediate, and then obviously everything done in the Oasis in CGI was rendered at 2K. That's a 2K DI. So that stuff ports over well. 35mm is a little bit of a downgrade. I've been critical of 2K DIs in the past, but I think they're actually getting much better, and it really depends on how much time the studio puts into the transfer, more than just what is the source. And so in this case, it's actually a pretty solid transfer. I thought the 35mm scenes in the live action, they're gonna have some grain, and to be honest, that bothers some people. They don't like grain. I personally don't mind. Film is grainy. That's what film is. It's what it's always been. If you're looking for a very smooth digital picture, then you don't want to watch something on 35mm, but that's just personal preference. So for me, that's not a bad image. I think it does a good job of differentiating between the live action and the CGI. Obviously you can tell the difference, but even visually you're looking at something completely different. In the live action, you're looking at this sort of dark, dreary, really beat down place, which is the world at that point in time. You go into the Oasis, colors pop, things get a lot smoother. It's much more digital, which makes sense considering it's a digital environment. In terms of HDR, obviously live action, like I said, is very dull, gray, dreary, not a whole lot of color there, and so the HDR upgrade, you're not going to notice it. This is Dolby Vision. I know people say, well, the TV behind you isn't Dolby Vision. I have Dolby Vision monitors that I can check this out on. They don't obviously work on this TV. Dolby Vision isn't on this television set, but I have the capabilities. Checked out the Dolby Vision. Honestly, for me, my human eyes can tell the difference between Dolby Vision HDR and just typical HDR10, which is pretty standard. It's so slim. Obviously Blu-ray to HDR, color scheme, hugely improved. You're talking Blu-ray here, HDR10 here, Dolby Vision like here. Like I don't For me personally, there isn't a ton of difference. Dolby Vision's obviously going to be the standard, so if you're looking for a set, you probably want to go with that just to future-proof yourself. But I have a hard time differentiating. Either way, the HDR in this movie was really great in the Oasis. That's where it pops. You got a ton of CGI, a ton of color, lots of really great blues, greens, bright pinks, purples, stuff that really stands out in HDR. It's not your typical sort of color scheme. It is this very bluish purple scheme, which is really cool, pops off the TV. I really, really enjoyed that. The one thing I will say is, although the CGI Oasis scenes do look, a little bit cleaner, because you're talking about a 2K, CGI source, which is then messed with on a 4K TV, it gets a little softer sometimes. I mean, it's pretty crisp, but it's just, in my mind, not as crisp as film, because film just has more data to it than a 2K CGI does. It's just a little bit softer. I wouldn't say it's not crisp, but it's soft. The image is softer. It doesn't have as much depth as the film image has. That's just things you're dealing with CGI. Honestly, the HDR quality completely outweighs that. I just thought it was interesting. You get a lot more depth and sort of, that grain and more of a realistic feel, obviously, with the live action scenes. And you go to the CGI and you lose a little bit of the depth. It almost starts to feel more like a video game at that point rather than watching a movie, which makes perfect sense here. And so I think everything they did artistically is really well done. I just personally didn't see any issue with either live action or CGI. I think they both have their pros and cons, and they were both done fairly well for this release. You just have to understand that 35mm film is going to have grain. It's going to be, a little bit of a different picture from just pure CGI, which is completely what the Oasis is. And so it was just an interesting kind of disc to look at. You get a real sharp contrast, but overall I'd give the picture about a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a really solid release. Now switching gears to the audio, you're dealing with the Dolby Atmos track here. There isn't a whole lot to say. Dolby Atmos is what it is. I thought the height effects were great, really immersive environment, especially in the Oasis. You lose a little bit of that in the live action where it's a little bit slower. The CGI, just, the different races, the battles, stuff just really pops in the CGI Oasis scenes. Your subwoofer is going to be working extra hard in some of these scenes. I swear it was shaking the room. Really incredible low bass sound, great height effects, really nice dialogue, very easy and clean, and no problems with volume control. So I really liked the audio on this. There isn't a whole lot to say. I was impressed. It's an Atmos track. It's an action movie. It gave me what I wanted. And so again, I'd give it another 9 out of 10 in terms of audio. I do recommend the Atmos track and getting yourself Atmos setups if you can. If not, I think that this still is going to have a very solid experience for your typical surround sound. But I would want to at least get a 5.1 to really enjoy the audio in this release. So let's talk about the packaging and just real quick on the special features. Packaging, you get a nice little slip cover here. The artwork I think could have been better. Again, it's one of those like, hey, what can we do? Let's put all the characters on the cover and that's a poster. Like, I don't know why Hollywood does that. Like, give us something else. Your inside case is going to be the same. You are going to be working with a digital copy here, which I won't show the code for. And then you've also got some actually pretty decent discs. They're kind of cool. You've got your Blu-ray disc here and then your 4K disc here. Just a 2-disc set. One thing that does bug me about this packaging though, and I don't know why they're pushing this so hard. I guess it's just an attempt at marketing to a younger generation. This, I guess, is a movie targeted for that PG-13 audience, but really, who is it? It's the 80s and 90s nostalgia people who loved the movie. So it's a weird play, but they stick this big Snapchat sticker on the front of this, which is just obnoxious. In 5 years, will Snapchat even be a thing? Who knows? It would be like slapping MySpace stickers all over DVDs from 15 years ago. Just why are we doing that? Snapchat probably won't exist for another few years. Then you're gonna go back in your collection and go, what the hell is this thing? Really annoying. And I get that there's a digital copy included with the purchase, but you say it up here, who are we promoting the digital copy for? We're talking about people who are buying physical media. We know it comes with a digital copy. Does anybody really care that's probably going out to buy these? No. So just annoying stickers. I mean, this covers half of the top of the case, this stupid Snapchat sticker. And I'm sure it's some marketing deal they've got with the studio and they've got to put a sticker on it, and Snapchat paid them a bunch of money and blah, blah, blah. But it's just annoying. We don't need it. We don't need stickers. We don't need a Rotten Tomatoes sticker on, a movie like A Quiet Place. When we know it's a good movie, everyone's heard about it, it had a ton of buzz. We don't need a Rotten Tomato sticker. We don't need Snapchat. We don't care about, you know, the Facebook page. Put that stuff on the inside case if you really want to. I mean, people have to go to this if they want to watch the movie, but, you know, keep it away from the slipcovers. Just keep the stickers away, or print them real small, somewhere like HDR. Put it in the corner. You know, don't make it a sticker. Rant over. But for special features, it's about 90 minutes of bonus content. They dive into some of the Easter eggs you might have missed. Talk to Steven Spielberg about making this sort of just all about the 80s nostalgia and how that all came together. So pretty cool. Haven't had a chance to really dive into all those special features yet, but I have heard good things, and 90 minutes of bonus content is always nice. It is all going to be on the Blu-ray disc, but, you know, is what it is. That's typically how they come. And, you know, for special features, do you need 4K? No, not really. So overall in this, you know, packaging, I'm probably going to give it like a 6 or a 7. It's just not that great. You know, there's a lot more they could have done, especially with a really cool movie like this that has so many cool visuals. Like, give me something. Find one of the artists who worked on the movie and like have them make a cover. Don't go with this garbage, typical Hollywood stuff. So low score in the packaging, but really solid audio and visuals, both 9 out of 10. With the movie included, I'd give this a solid 8 out of 10 if you're counting, you know, how good is the movie itself. I think it's definitely worth a pickup. I think the 4K is worth your while for the HDR and the Oasis scenes specifically. Other than that, you're not getting a ton here over the Blu-ray. Again, resolution is going to be negligible to a lot of people. You're not going to be able to tell the difference. It just is what it is. But the 4K does come with HDR. That's the big selling point. And if you want to view this movie in its best possible experience, the Oasis scenes need to be seen in HDR. If you have Dolby Vision, that's great. I didn't see a ton of difference here. Again, I usually haven't, but having Dolby Vision, you know, it only improves the image, even if it's just by a tiny bit. So if you have the screen for it, wonderful. I think you'll really like this. Just make sure you can get the stupid Snapchat sticker off the front, and then you'll be good to go. But I definitely say go pick this one up. I'll leave a link down in the description where you guys can order it. If you order it through that link, you end up supporting my channel. So if you're gonna buy it anyway, buy it through my link, you support the channel, and you get your movie either way, which is really cool. And don't forget about the giveaway we're doing with Movie Wizard. So make sure you pay attention again to those rules down in the description. You need to subscribe here, subscribe to his channel, follow us on Instagram, and then we will announce a winner of a Quiet Place Steelbook towards the end of this week on Instagram. Again, just leave a comment down below. Favorite horror movie of the last 5 years. I'm sort of interested in what you guys have. I haven't heard a lot about horror movies from you guys, so I'm interested. Maybe I do some old reviews based on what you guys like. So happy to hear that. And like I said, always remember to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. Great place to reach me is through either of those platforms. If you do want to donate to my channel, I don't do any Patreon. I don't put anything behind a paywall, but I do have a direct link to donate. If it's $1, $2, $3, or $30, it all goes right to me. No fees, no Patreon fees, no paywalls, none of that stuff goes right in my pocket. You give me $4, you buy me a beer. You give me $20, you buy me a movie. You give me $50, it goes into the fund to buy some better equipment for the channel. It's a great thing you could do if you really support the content and you like what I'm doing. You know, throw me a buck or two and it really goes a long way. It honestly does. It just validates what I'm doing and it helps me, you know, buy new movies, buy new equipment, and occasionally buy a beer if that's what you want to buy me. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for checking this out. Hopefully you can go grab Ready Player One in 4K. Highly recommended, solid 8 out of 10. It's a good 4K disc for your collection. You should go grab it. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, go check out some of my other videos. At the end of this video, there'll be a quick little 15-second blurb. Subscribe, check out my other videos. Tell me what you like in the comments, what you don't like. Constructive feedback is always great. So I'll see you guys next time. And remember to enter the giveaway with Movie Wizard and go follow his channel.